guys, welcome back. I call this the 4 quarters of life, and I use a basketball or a game that uses 4 quarters as a word picture to identify phases and stages. One way that this looks is that in the first quarter, we get a lot of coach's influence. Coach has a starting lineup. Coach may have a strategy or a way that he or she perceives that the game should go based on all kinds of experiences and learning that coach has gone through. I consider in our lives education, primary school education, middle school, consider high school, consider even college if someone goes off to college. It's a very protected environment, a starting lineup, a way things should go, a way things should look. The second quarter really is where when people get out of that schooling world, they start to really feel life. They go through this journey of experiencing life in ways that is multifaceted for various different people. They may get married and have children. They may find themselves just really experiencing various different things with career and planning and all kinds of things. Halftime comes. Halftime is really where some people have a lot of midlife crises, where they find themselves really evaluating their past first half, and they find themselves saying, man, do I really like this? Or do I like or don't like this? And they go through a journey of really wrestling through what's happened in this first half of life. Then we get into this most important quarter that coaches would say, third quarter is the most important quarter. And they would say that it's like a new game. There's been a halftime to process and evaluate, and people step into life with a new framework, a new perspective. And this third quarter is very, very critical. For some people, their kids are getting older. They're at their adolescent stages, and those kids really need mom and dad to help them navigate this journey of life of stepping into adulthood, manhood, womanhood. And so mom and dad need to be sharper, stronger, better than ever. Then we get into this infamous fourth quarter where in America, sometimes we have a lot of bitter and angry fourth quarter Americans where they look back at their lives and they're just angry. A lot of family dynamic issues, work issues, a lot of things weren't satisfactory for them, and they've lived they kind of live sometimes bitter and angry. Well, there's some loving grandparents in the fourth quarter that they know how to support their fellow players, their children. They can support their children, their grandchildren, or maybe even great-grandchildren. They may be retired at that stage in the fourth quarter, and they find themselves really thinking about life differently. They may be more serious, more blunt, more black and white, because they realize that the game is about to end here, and I'm going to take things serious. I'm not going to play around, and I'm going to do the more important things in life as opposed to those things that you may have done in the first or second or even the halftime or third quarter. Hope you're well. Just a food for thought, a framework to think about, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.